Hi, everyone, and welcome back to K-Pop Cosmos. I am your host, Freyja, and joining me once again is my co-host, Mark. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Hey, Freyja. It is going good. It is very nice to be back talking about K-pop again. It's something that is very close to my heart and something that I don't feel like I get to talk enough about.
Yeah, it's kind of still one of those things that, like, you don't just, like, bring up in normal conversation.
Exactly.
Like, when people ask me, like, what type of music do you like? I'm like, I'm not going to say K-pop because people are like, what? So
Yeah, it is tough to try to explain. I mean, luckily K-pop is getting a lot more popular now and it's becoming a lot more mainstream. So, you have a 50-50 chance of them not looking at you like you're a complete weirdo.
yeah, it's giving me flashbacks of my like anime days back in high school. Like, can I tell them I like anime or not? But yeah, I'm super excited to talk about K-pop, and today we're going to be talking about a group that was very popular very quickly, but also did not get through like the 7-year
The
curse.
7-year curse, yeah.
Yeah. So, and that is, of course, GFriend. So GFriend, they were sick, or they have disbanded, unfortunately. But they were a 6-member group consisting of, sorry if I say their names wrong, I apologize. Sowon, Yerin, Eunha, Yuju, and SinB, and Umji. Sorry if I'm getting their names wrong. I'm trying. They debuted January 16th, 2015, with their song, or with their, it was their song, but with their EP Season of Glass. And they were under Source Music, which became a subsidiary of Big Hit Entertainment, aka Hybe, in 2019. And also, Source Music released an announcement that the group will be disbanding and the members departing from the agency May 22nd, 2021, following the expiration of their contract. So a little info on that. Because that was like in the center of my huge BTS army fanatic phase. I still like BTS, but I'm not as hardcore as I once was because I have too much going on in my life. So I remember this when they bought this acquisition or whatever, when they bought Source Music, and because they acquired 17 at the same time, I think. And I remember all the drama that went down during this time period. Because the GFriends fandom, aka the buddy, we're talking about, because I don't think their contract was up yet. Like, they still had like a year or two, I think. And then they just said, yeah, no, bye-bye. And I think it was just more of a breakdown of negotiations for their new contract, so they just left. So, but I remember there's a lot of drama because I remember the fandom was saying that because Hybe at the time, or I guess Source Music, they were planning a girl group, because I don't remember if Le Sserafim came out at the time that they were planning a girl group or not. And so the rumor, I'm saying it was a rumor, the rumor was that they got rid of GFriend to get rid of competition for the next big hit girl group, which was Le Sserafim. and that was why. That was a rumor going around at the time in the fandoms of why the actual reason, quote unquote, why GFriend in their contract was not re-signed.
And I can kind of see that because, again, most K-pop groups, it's the 7-year contract. It's a 7-year curse. So, if you have a group that's kind of proven themselves. I mean, from what I can tell, Hype kind of cut them right as they were really starting to gain their traction internationally. That is,
Yeah.
but yeah, I can see how the group has been around for a while. They've done their different concepts. They've gotten bigger and bigger, and they really want to compete with this new global K-pop landscape that's happening. Because I mean, yeah, Le Sserafim came out afterwards, but even today, you can see how Le Sserafim is a lot more globally or internationally popular than GFriend was. And it's like, okay, do we take our resources and continue to build up this girl group that's been here for 6 years, or do we take our chips and really try to dominate the international market with this new group?
Yeah.
So I think they kind of I think GFriend got a bum deal, but I can kind of, if that's what happened, I can kind of see Hype's thinking behind that.
Yeah, and like I said, this was a rumor. Okay,
Right.
this was a rumor that I was hearing as an army floating around, and it's not just Hype that does that. We've seen the big three do this with their own groups. Like they would have this other group, like an older group that is relatively like they're still popular, whatever, but then they take all of their resources and put it into this this new girl group. Kind of like what happened to like CL and 2NE1. Sorry guys, I know I'm going on a tangent because CL performed at the Korean Olympics, but JYP didn't fund it. He said, "No, you do it. You fund it yourself." So CL out of her own pocket funded her Olympic performance, even though she was still under YG at the time, because all of his money was going to Blackpink. And I'm not throwing shade on Blackpink, okay? This is company stuff. And I also believe Seungri, who I don't like Seungri, okay, from Big Bang. He was complaining at one of his concerts that YG took his live band that he was supposed to have for his concerts and sent them to Blackpink.
Yeah.
This is an industry thing. It's not just Hype. So we're not throwing shade at Hype or anything like that. This is just a thing that happens in the industry. It's one of those dark side of the industries that you just kind of like, know that happens and it sucks.
Yeah,
which is also why I'm not a company stan. I don't like the companies. I like the individual groups, so.
Yeah, I do remember when I was back in the day during SM, and I loved Girls' Generation, and I was loving FX, and SM was just determined to push this Red Velvet group down my throat. And I'm like,
Red Velvet.
I don't want Red Velvet. Just give me FX. Give me more FX. And of course, now Red Velvet is one of my favorite groups. But at the time, I was like, why are you giving me this new group? Just spend the money on the other cool group that I already love. Don't give me this new stuff.
SM did FX dirty. That was just messed up. That was yeah. Anyway, back to GFriend. Sorry. So I already said that their fandom names are Buddy, which is really cute because GFriend I thought was supposed to represent girlfriend, but it's actually not. GFriend stands for, what was it? Good friend or something like that. So it's not girlfriend like I initially thought. So it's like good friend or something like that, which is why their fandom is called Buddies, not boyfriends or friends.
You know what? I was kind of confused by that because this whole time I thought GFriend was girlfriend.
Yeah,
but as you watch their videos, it's like they're not really looking for boys. There's not really a lot of like guys around. They're really just like close friends. So that kind of makes sense now.
Yeah, it does. It's one of those like, unless you're like following the group, it doesn't like. But I thought this was your concept.
Right.
But yeah, they're just your friends. Let's be real. The mass majority of their fans are probably guys, though. as is most girl groups, which is fine. Their official fan colors is Cloud Dancer, which is kind of like a gray color, like a silvery gray, like a cloud, Scuba Blue, and Ultraviolet, which is a fun 3 combo. Let's see. Their last dorm arrangements that we know of since in 2020 was that an upper floor, which is Sowon, SinB, Eunha, lower floor was Yerin, Umji, and Yuju, and they all have their own room, so they weren't sharing rooms. So it must have been that was a nice dorm for like a small company.
Yeah, right.
They all got your own rooms. And then let me just go ahead and skip. I should have done this a different thing. This is their light stick. It's super cute.
I love that light stick. I think that it's not simple, but it's a really like straightforward design. I love that.
Yeah, and this is the night version. They also have a day version, which is like I think a white handle. So they had 2 different versions, night and day, because it's kind of the same with Red Velvet. Like they had the red, version of the girls, and then they had the velvet part, So they have a day and night for them, and I think that's cute. I like those dual concepts. So going on with our members, our first member is Sowon. Sorry, I'm really trying with their names. I just don't know because I wasn't really into them. So give me BTS. I'll be naming those guys off. So Sowon. She's the leader vocalist visual. She was born in 95. She's taller than me. She's 5'8", so she's taller than me. She was born in Seoul, South Korea. She has an older sister. She graduated from Hanim Multi-Art School. She was majoring in visual media and acting at Songshin Women's University. She was a cheerleader when she was a student. She speaks Korean and Japanese. She likes cooking and walking catwalks. And she likes to strut. I love that. She likes bowling. Her favorite food is seafood. She has a driver's license. Let's see. She gave her leg measurements. So she's 5'8" or 172.8 centimeters. And her legs are 113 centimeters, which is also 3 feet and 8 inches. So she has long legs.
So basically, she's all legs.
She's all legs, guys. She is also said to have one of the longest pair of legs among female idols. Let's see. She is the visual of the group. She trained for 5 years before debuting. She's close to Nayeon of Twice and Pristine's Nayeong.
Is your name Nayeong? Yes, then we're friends.
We're friends now. Does your name start with Nay and A? Yes, we're friends. Oh god, I had something like that. I had a friend whose name was Caitlin, and Caitlin and Kaylin, and then I had Kayla and what was her name? It was Kayla and something similar to Kayla. And I was like, why do I keep finding people with like the same name? And I had Kristen and Catherine. And it was just, I'm like, I need to stop with people with the same names. Let's see. She's scared of bugs. Oh my gosh, depends on the bug. But she is scared of bugs, but her group member Yerin is very good at catching bugs. She has a dog. She was a trainee at DSP, and she trained along Card. We've talked about Card.
Yeah, nice.
She visited North Korea when she was in the 5th grade. Girl, I would not.
Yeah,
I would not. She appeared in Rainbow's To Me music video. Her stage name Sowon means wish in Korean. Oh, that's cute. In 2021, she announced to have signed under IOK Company, but she later left. In 2022, she announced that she signed under OUI Entertainment. So she's active now. So moving on is Yerin, the bug catcher. She was born in 96. She is the lead dancer, vocalist, center, and the face of the group. She is 5'6", I don't know why. Sorry, this thing says official height is 5'6" and real height is 5'6". I don't know what they mean by that. So, all right. Well, she was born in Seoul. She has an older brother who is 11 years older. She graduated from Performing Arts School of Seoul. She's a former Taegyo trainee. She was also a Cube trainee. She likes dancing and working out. She's a great swimmer. She has a driver's license as well. Her nickname is Ginseng because she wants to be the one who gives her members energy.
Oh,
that's cute. She's friends with Joy from Red Velvet and A-Pink's Haeyoung. She's a huge fan of Shiny. Hey, she's a Showl. Let's see. According to Yerin, Yuju and her is the funniest member in GFriend. She likes manga and anime. Heck yeah. Her favorite anime is One Piece. Her special talent is flipping pancakes. She hates vegetables and she gets motion sickness. She's also afraid of heights, but she's afraid of nothing if she's hungry. Okay, so she's like she's like most of us. Like if she has like motivation for something, she'll go for it. And let's see. She was in King of the Masked Singer as the fat macaron. She is friends with Eunwoo from Astro. And she's also in, let's see. She's in a show with Weki Meki's Yujung, which is called The Future Diary. Let's see, in 2021, she announced to have signed under Sublime Artists Agency. She plans to have her solo debut. And she did have it in 2022. So she is also active as a soloist. Then we have Eunha, I believe is her name. She's the lead vocalist. She was born in 1997. Let's see. She was also born, I think they're all born in Seoul. She was born in Seoul, South Korea. She has an older brother and an older sister. She attended School of the Performing Arts. She's good at acting and singing. She's a former trainee of Big Hit, but she only trained there for 1 year. Her and her member SinB have the same real name, Eunbi. And they were in the same childhood dance team together.
Wow.
She only trained for 2 months under Source Music and got selected as a member of GFriend. Her nickname in the group is Circle because of her round-shaped face. When she was 7 years old, she was diagnosed with Langerhans cell cysticercosis, LCH. But she's treated now and she's fine. I don't even know what that is. Let me look that up. I didn't even look that up. A rare disorder that can damage tissue or cause lesions to form in one or more places in the body.
Wow.
And it is a rare disease. Okay. That's ugh. Well, I'm glad she's doing better now. That's awful. She likes to cook. She likes watching cooking shows. Before debut, she was a child actress and model. Well, that's why she didn't train very long. Like, she's already in the industry. She acted in the movie in 2007, Love and War. She was part of a group called Sunny Girls with WJSN's Cheng Xiao, Oh My Girls Yua, Gongdan's Naeong, and Momoland's Nancy. She likes Twilight. Oh, she likes Twilight. The Twilight movies. She stayed. Sowon say that Eunha is very unique. It doesn't talk a lot when they were trainees. Okay, so she's like an introvert then. She was in Yoo Sung-woo's "You're Beautiful" music video. Her role model is IU. Let's see. She's friends with Twice's Sana. Her stage name Eunha means galaxy. She was the second member to participate in King of the Masked Singer as Fresh Santorini. I don't know what that is.
Nope.
No idea what that is. She was officially announced to have signed under BPM Entertainment with SinB and Umji in 2021. Yeah. And she's part of their group, Vives. And yeah, and then we got Yuju. She has very pretty eyes in that picture. Anyway, she was also born in 97. She was in Ilsan. She was born in Ilsan, South Korea. She has an older sister. She attended school of performing arts as well. Sorry. She's good at writing lyrics and composition. She can play the guitar. She speaks English. She pre-debut. She participated in K-pop Star 1. She was a former loan trainee. I've never heard of them. She failed a JYP audition. Her favorite foods are rice and sweet potatoes. She's very good at running. She's afraid of heights. She is the members say that she is the hidden card of the group. Let's see. Oh, so she's Roman Catholic, so she has a baptismal name, and it's Angela.
Oh, okay.
A couple of the other members were Christian, but I don't usually talk about their religions. So, but anyway, moving on. She has a habit of clapping while sleeping. I would hate to be like, shut up, stop. She is the sporty one of the group. She is very good at figure skating. She's also good at rhythmic gymnastics. Yuju is called Yo Jae because of her weirdness. Her idol is IU, and she is classmates with 17's DK in Sopa. Let's see. Her stage name means affection. She was the first member to participate in King of the Masked Singer as Christmas in July. She has a YouTube channel called Eunha Choi, where she sings covers of songs. Let's see. In 2021, it was announced that Yuju officially signed with Connect Entertainment. She debuted as a soloist in 2022 with her mini album Rec. Let's see. So they're also active as a soloist. So this is SinB. She was born in 98. She was born in Cheongju, South Korea. She has an older brother. She's also did School of the Performing Arts. I guess she's Roman Catholic as well because her baptismal name is Esther. She is known for looking like Jessica Jung. I can see it.
It is uncanny. When I was watching the music videos, I'm like, they've cloned Jessica.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I could, yeah. Now that you mentioned it, yeah, it's crazy. She was a former child model. She was in kids' TV shows, The Fairies in My Arms, and she was in every episode as Xiaoying, the grasshopper fairy. SinB is a former trainee of Big Hit as well. She trained for 5 years. She loves to bungee jump and paragliding. She is childhood friends with Moonbin from Astro. That's awesome, actually. They were neighbors. That's cute. SinB and Astro's Moonbin and Icon's Chanwoo were in the same agency called Kids Planet. Let's see. SinB and Eunha were friends when they were in their childhood days as well. She hates horror movies because she gets scared easily. She also hates doing aegyo. Girl, I hate aegyo too. I hate aegyo so much. She's a fan of Harry Potter. She's allergic to grapes. Oh, that's too bad. She loves eating spicy food. She has a driver's license. She has a dog. Her stage name means secret or mysterious. She is the 4th member to appear on Masked Singer as the Korean fan dance girl. In 2019, she became the new model of Evisu. Her all-time favorite K-pop group is Big Bang. Yeah, she's a VIP. She's part of SM Station girl group project Sulgi, SinB, Chonghwa, and Soyeon. On October 6, 2021, SinB was officially announced to have signed under BP Entertainment with Eunha and Umji to be in Viviz. And her ideal type is G-Dragon. So, I mean...
You know, it's funny as I remember that Station X girl group. And because I was a Red Velvet fan, like Sogi, I was able to pick out like automatically. And it wasn't until afterwards that I realized that Chungha, like I realized how good she was. Like I didn't realize how good she was before I saw that video. And then Sowon was the rapper, so she stood right out. But SinB I could not place. I'm like, what? Who is this girl? Like I
Yeah.
had no idea she was in GFriend. I just could not. I just couldn't register who she was and why she was in this group. And now it all makes sense. It
It
all makes
clicks.
perfect sense now.
The final puzzle piece is there. Now you're like, oh.
Yes, it's
That's
like all the other members. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Who is this one though? Who was the fourth one? And now it totally makes sense.
yeah. I just love that's why I like doing the show because I'm like, oh, with a lot of different things. I'm like, that make okay. Our next girl is Umji. She was born in 98. She was born in Icheon, South Korea. She was born into a this is funny. She was born into a rich family. Her father is a CEO of a famous dentist group called Moa Dentist Group.
Nice.
This is the first time I've ever seen infos like, oh yeah, she's a rich girl. Usually when I read about these idols and stuff, it's usually they're like come from poor families and stuff. So she's like complete opposite of the spectrum of that. She has an older brother and sister. She went to an English preschool. She graduated from School of Performing Arts as well in the theater department. The CEO of Source Music saw her walking on the street and invited her to make an audition. See, that would creep me out. I'd be like, who are you and why are you talking to me? Like, no, because I would feel like they're trying to lure me into some sort of weird trap,
Mm-hmm.
Never, I would never be an idol if I was born in those because I would never believe anyone when they asked it, like, oh, we're scouting you. I'm like, nah, you're blind or something. There's no way.
Yeah. Well, especially if they show up from, hi, I'm from blankety blank entertainment and I want you to join our label. Like, who are you?
Here's my business card. Meet us at this place. I'm like, could I like bring 5 other people with me just to feel safe? Yeah, no, I don't know. It's a whole other world, I guess. Let's see. She has the same birthday as Yerin, but different year. Umji and Yuju are the English speakers of the group. Let's see. She's a huge fan of Disney. Her favorite Disney movie is The Little Mermaid. Awesome. Ariel is awesome. She likes singing Disney official soundtracks. Oh my gosh, she would get along with my friends. They don't shut up during Disney movies. She hates bugs. She can play the piano and the guitar. She likes to collect cosmetic products. Let's see. She likes her hobbies are watching the sky in the morning and cooking. So she likes sunrises. She has natural double eyelids and she has a driver's license. She calls herself the consultant of GFriend because the members go to her when they have a problem. Her stage name means thumb in Korean. Okay. She's a fan of Sunmi and even danced to Sunmi's Gashina in Weekly Idol. She is close friends with Somi from IOI. She's the third to appear on Masked Singer as the Pheasant. Let's see. In 2021, she announced that she signed under BPM Entertainment to be in the girl group Viviz. So yeah, those are our members, and just a little bit about them. So with their music, their concepts were they kind of went through stages with their concepts. You can see that in their music videos, right? They kind of started out with like they called it powerful innocence, and then they went to passionate melancholy, and then they went to vibrant witch, and that cracks me up, that last one. The vibrant witch era. So for me, I don't know, like their old stuff, like Glass Speed and everything, like Me Gusta Tu is cute, but I just it's not for me, and that's probably why I never got into them. Is their first stuff was too cutesy.
Yeah.
I mean, because bubblegum pop, it just seemed, I don't want to say generic, but it just kind of felt that way to me. I'm not saying that it's bad, but it's just it wasn't for me. And then watching all the music videos, I was like, whoever did these videos had an obsession with like that dream filter where it has like you know what I'm talking about. Like it
I
got
know exactly what you're talking about.
it's like that kind of white, misty, blurry filter. It's like every single music video. I'm like, please stop. I can't stand this. And I was like, I think they kind of stopped later on, but I was just like, oh my eyes. I can't. I hate the dream filter. It's just I hate it so much. But they were cute. They were cute music videos, but I don't like cute music videos too much. But later on, when they hit more of the mature era, it's like a drastic difference. You can tell when they hit that era. I started liking the music and everything a lot more. Like I think one of my favorite songs, I think it's a B-side track. It was kind of a melancholy. It must have been during their melancholy era. It was like Love Rain. I really like that song.
Mhm.
Doesn't have a video or anything, but it's really good. And then I like let's see, what was it called? One of the earlier songs, I will have to say, I did like Fingertip. I don't know why, but I did. I did. It's a weird song. I don't know. But I think I don't know. I liked when they started acting more mature. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there was something about, and I don't know if this was like a big deal when it happened, like back in the day, but their debut song, the Glass Beat song,
Mhm.
sounds a lot like Into the New World, the Girls' Generation, like their debut song.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want to think that, in 2015, my brain is so scattered now. I have no idea like what was what was the popular thing at that point. But I feel like, Source Music was like, okay, let's take it back. Let's bring it back
Mhm.
to let's debut this girl group, but we're gonna debut them almost like Girls' Generation back in the day, like very pure, very cute, very sunny, very sweet. We're not going to follow the trend of whatever's happening in 2015. And it worked. That they kind of have their kind of like their music is very like cinematic. It uses a lot of strings and a lot of like kind of like cinematic score almost. It almost feels like the score to something. And
Yeah.
it, there's like a specific vibe that they're aiming for to put you in. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that they're like, okay, we're not gonna get hip hop or super electro. We're just gonna keep it traditional. We're gonna dress all the girls the same. They're gonna have the
Mhm.
exact same outfits. We're gonna have tight choreography, and we're gonna have very uplifting cinematic score um, for their first like I don't know 3 or 4 songs. And I appreciated that, because you know, even though it did remind me of Girls' Generation,
Mhm.
especially having a member that looks just like Jessica. I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys are like, I feel like you're aiming you're definitely leaning in that direction.
Mhm.
But I appreciated what they were trying to do at that time. But I agree with you. I think their later stuff, like once they were able to kind of shed that cutesy schoolgirl thing and kind of mature a little bit, I think their music got way better.
Yeah. It was like a drastic change in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's that dream filter that throwing me off. But yeah, it's the mature thing. I think maybe it's because we're old.
Yeah.
We just like the mature, mature stuff a little bit. Um, but yeah, and so GFriend was actually they're actually really popular right off the bat. Um, they, I mean, they weren't like ultra popular, but they got some really fast momentum of building up fans, especially from like such a small company. I think that's what the main thing is. They're from Source Music. They weren't from SM or YG, or anything like that. They're from a small company, and they
Mhm.
were picking up awards, and they were like what was it? They were um interviewed in the for the Grammy mini masterclass, and like it they were in with groups like GOT7 and BTS for like awards and stuff. It was pretty cool. They even did a video with BTS where they're all in their school uniforms. I think was it Wednesday or something? I don't remember. I just going, nah. As an army, I'm like, I don't know. Oh, in 2015, it was the MTV Europe Music Awards for Best Korean Act, and they were in the category with BUN_A4, BTS, GOT7, and VIX, because of their song "Me Gusta Tu," which "Me Gusta Tu." Everyone has seen the video. I'm still gonna show it, but it was because they were still new, right? Me Gusta Tu was one of their earliest songs, and it was just everyone thought it was just impressive on like how they held themselves, even though they because it was I think it was an outside venue and it was raining, so it was wet.
Yeah.
And they were slipping everywhere. I think one of the members slipped like 6 times and she like busted her finger or something. It was crazy. But I'm going to show a little bit of it. Not the whole thing, maybe like 40 seconds. So let's watch it, shall we? Oh my gosh. I'm going to cringe through the whole thing. And thank you for who captured it. You can see the water.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can actually see how much it's raining there. We're okay. We're okay.
She's the one who falls like 6 times. Oh. Whoa. Almost again. Oh. I would not have performed with a drama. Oh. Okay. That's all I'm going to show. It happened through the entire stage, though. The entire song. And I'm like, oh my gosh, every time I was like, why do they do this? Why is it outside? Why is there not a cover? Like, why? Why are you making them dance when it's raining? But then again, I'm bringing up BTS again. I went to a BTS concert where it had rained and it was still raining. And so we saw them fall on their freaking faces.
Ooh, wow.
I was like, ah! We're like, oh my gosh. Are you okay? Like, yeah. I was like, luckily for the guys, they just kind of like they toned it down, but like they were still slipping and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh. And GFriend, they were wearing sneakers. I'm like, I could not, if I had to wear freaking heels, those heels would have been off of me and like kicked down to like the staff. I'm like, I'm going like barefoot. I'm not gonna bust my ankle in heels. But yeah, so they got a lot of attention for that performance, and it gave them a lot of fans just because of how professional they were about that. And so that was very good for them, but also very bad because they were injured. But I thought it was
the living personification of the Rocky speech, where it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you're gonna get back up. And you know, once again, a fan cam kind of saves the group. I mean, they were like in serious trouble, but a fan cam kind of like boosted them to the next level of stardom. And yeah, it shows a lot. It shows if you're from a small company and you're forced to go out there and perform in these tough conditions, if you are able to make it to the end of the song, complete the thing, and you're not, bleeding too bad, you've earned our respect.
Yeah, it's just like you didn't break your arm or anything. Actually, I think there was a group where he had a busted ankle and he still did the dance. But anyway, it's a whole other level, and it's kind of it's a reason why a lot of people like K-pop. Because in the West we're used to how to put this. We're used to our celebrities, our singers. We're used to them not trying their best is a way to do it. You know what I mean? Like we're used to like sometimes they come out wasted, and sometimes they come out and say, "Hey, I'm canceling the show because I have a cough," you know.
Yeah.
You know, and so we look at K-pop and like, damn, she's just falling on her face and getting back up and singing her heart out. Like, it's like I would have sat down and be like, nope, I'm done. I would have sat on the floor and sang, you know. But the things they go through, and it just, yeah, it shows perseverance, and it shows that they are hardworking, and you can make it even in a small. Like, they were really well known. They were picking up steam. They were going places, and then it was just like it stopped, and that's why, like I said, the rumors were flying left and right, and because they were hitting their stride, and then they just stopped, and it's that 7-year curse thing, you know. So with I'm so sad that they're gone at this point, because I was like, oh, I could have, you know, been into it. But some good news though, as of September, so last month, recently, Source Music confirmed that the members of GFriend are reuniting in January of next year for a special 10-year anniversary celebration.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're coming back for a 10-year anniversary. Kind of like what we talked about with, what was that group? And I'm blanking on their name. We recently even talked about them for like their 15th anniversary. Oh, just like 2NE1 with their 15th anniversary right now. They're going through this huge concert, and they're blasting like I'm never gonna get tickets because they had over, like, they broke records for how many people are queuing up for their concerts, and I'm like, because they had like over 200 and something thousand people, or I can't even remember. It's some crazy number. I'm like, I'm never getting tickets. Like, I'm never getting tickets. All right, well, okay. It's harder than getting a BTS concert ticket. But yeah, so 2NE1's doing it, and so I'm excited for GFriend. Hopefully their fans could get tickets, and maybe they'll do a concert, and they'll release a song. I love when they do that. I think Girls' Generation is still kind of active.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they came back, which again, once the members of Girls' Generation, like once a few of them left the company, like left SM, I'm like, well, we're never gonna see them together again.
Yeah.
So the fact that they came back and recorded and a full album, not just a
Mhm.
song, they did a full album and a full like, you know, they did all of the music shows and all of that stuff. I'm happy. If Girls' Generation never gets back together again, I feel like I've gotten my satisfactory conclusion of the group.
Yeah. I would love for Wonder Girls to do something, but
Yeah, I saw. Complete side note:
yeah.
JYP just had a anniversary for the company,
Mhm.
and a lot of JYP artists came out. And JYP, being who he is,
Oh,
had to come out and perform with them.
I he's
And
such a meme. I can't with that man.
yes, exactly. I was like, all right, it's thank you for celebrating me, and here I am to show you that I can still perform.
Look, it's
But
me.
But yeah, a couple of the members of the Wonder Girls came back and performed a couple of songs, and I will admit I got a little teary eyed, even though
Oh,
it was only like 3 of them.
but
But
still.
it was still nice in the year 2024 to see like girls see Wonder Girls together and doing some of the classic hits. So yeah, fingers crossed. Maybe we'll get
Yeah.
a full reunion. It's never gonna happen, but you know
Yeah.
I can hope.
Yeah, and I'm still sitting here hoping for a Big Bang, reunion without Sungri, of course.
Yeah,
I'm not. Don't bring that guy. He's not invited. But I have heard rumors that they're going to perform at Mama, and I don't know. Like, there's memes going. They're like, does Big Bang know that? Does Big Bang know that Big Bang's performing at Mama? So I don't know, but I'm hoping, and I'm hoping Top shows back up too. But I think he's just done. But in all power to him, he can go do the rest of his life. But anyway, GFriend, all you buddies out there, looking forward to that. It was just announced on the 24th of September, so very recently. So a little bit more about their music and their music videos. So they kind of have I don't know how much is this true because I'm getting this from buddies. Okay, I'm getting this from their fans, and if they are telling me wrong things, then please correct me in the comments and do it nicely because I'm just going off of what people tell me. Okay. So this person was saying that after moving to Hype, and this was in Korean too, so you know, I'm doing my best. All right. So they had a little mini, according to them, they had a little mini booklet in the GFriend's album from Crossroads. Because you know they do these like little universe story things, right? So this was with their last or latest album, Crossroads, and there was a little booklet that said that the theme of this particular storyline is of that album was that the girls fell into temptation one by one, and they became witches, which is where the witch concept comes from. And their glass beads, which represents their purity and innocence and whatever, and it's clear and all that they started out with, became corrupted. So they start adding, it gets murky and, you know, like red. I think they turn red. And that, let's see, in the end of the story, all of the members one by one became witches. And then I think there was one that didn't or something like that. Okay. And so that was like the storyline of their last album. I was like, interesting. Because if you watch the music videos from like, I think Crossroads, they're all fighting with each other kind of thing. And then Apple, which I really like all the symbolism and stuff in Apple. Like they're eating from the tree of good and evil, like the Adam and Eve thing with the apple. Yep. And then they set the tree on fire. You know? And then there's you could see the beads are getting like, they're turning red from whatever is going on. And then like one of them, she catches like a clear bead, and then they open a box. I think it has beads in it. I have to relook at that. But like she opens a box, I believe that has the beads in it. Also in the music video, they're like wearing princess outfits until like halfway through, and then they go into these black outfits, and now they're all wearing black and dark makeup. They set the tree on fire, and then she releases the box that I think has the beads in it, but I think it also has butterflies in it. Yeah, it has a bead in it, but butterflies, I think specifically blue butterflies, and I did some research on this. Once again, if I'm wrong, sorry. Blue butterflies in Korea symbolize prosperity, contentment, and the cycle of life and change / transformation. So that makes sense, is that they're going from these innocent, cute concepts to now the witch concept, the darker, the more, you know, mature, not so pure concept. So it's a cycle of, you know, going into adulthood. It's a transformation type of thing. And I thought that was really cool because I'm like, there's a lot of butterflies in this music video. Like, why is there so many butterflies in these music videos? So then I looked up, like, what does it mean in Korea? And so I'm like, okay, if this is the meaning they're going for, I like it. I like all the symbolism. I think it's really cool. I like digging into it. I got really into this stuff with the BTS situation, which if we ever talk about BTS, I'll have to like rein myself in. Okay. I will hold myself back. But I did it with Big Bang. I did it with SHINee. I can do it with BTS, I think. But I love the symbolism. And I think that's also why I really like their ending, like their last couple music videos a lot, because when I read that, I'm like, ooh, and then I went back and I was like analyzing, and I'm like, ooh, this is so cool. Kind of like Red Velvet stuff too. Like you watch their music videos, you're like, this is so cool. And then you throw on the subtitles, and then you go, oh, that doesn't match the music video at all. Like, oh, okay, there's that duality I love about Red Velvet. But yeah, I really like their old ones. Falling Lights, also a really good song and music video. I think it's really beautiful. Mango, Mango, or Mago, not Mango. Mago. I'm saying Mango, probably because Apple's right before it, and I'm thinking fruit.
The fruit trilogy.
For fruit trilogy. Exactly. But Mago, I think that's my favorite music video. And it's not because of the stripper pole, okay? I mean, I love I love the seeing of the different eras because they were giving me some definite 70s vibes and some 80s vibes. And I was getting some like hardcore Clueless flashbacks when they were doing the like the dressing room area and they're all wearing like the Gucci and stuff. I'm like, I'm just seeing Cher like everywhere in this. So and I just loved it. I loved everything about it. I thought it was fantastically done. The costuming was well done. Everyone looked fantastic. And it was their last music video, so it makes me really sad. So but I love that music video. What about you? What do you think of their music videos and just music in general?
You know, again, the debut stuff is very not simplistic, but it has a very like it puts you in a certain mood, like a very like
Innocent,
ah
fluffy.
yeah, like a sweet and sugar cotton candy type of mood. Um and there's a place for that, and I enjoy that, and I enjoy that. But there was a part of me that was like, as I'm going through the music videos, I'm like, is this like, was this always going to be like their thing? Because there is groups, obviously with boy groups, you see it a lot. It's like, okay, we're not doing our fun schoolboy stuff. Now we're doing our we are grown and sexy thing. And for girl groups to do that, it's a risk.
Yeah.
Because you've already established your audience. I remember when Twice, who was like, everyone loves Twice, original Twice or
Yeah.
early Twice. When they put out teasers for like one of their videos and they were all wearing black leather. I know a lot of people were like, what the hell?
I love the black leather era of Twice.
But again, like visually it was a little striking, but musically it was still the same. So they're still like adorable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was wondering, and they lean so heavily into that weird cutesy schoolgirls attitude. Like I'm is that gonna be like their calling card? So I was very glad to see them mature, even though again, and if the buddies don't be mad at me, I did feel like they were kind of patterning themselves after Girls' Generation.
Yeah.
Because of the original video, original song, it sounds a lot like the original one, and then or like Girls' Generation. But then when you get to Fingertip, I'm like, oh, good. They have a darker concept. But then I'm looking at the costumes and I'm like, this reminds me of Mr. Taxi from Generation. And then they're doing like the kind of bow and arrow thing, which reminded me of Girls' Generation too. And I'm like, yes, they are changing their concept, but they still seem like they're patterned after another girl group that also kind of changed their concept. But as the videos went on, getting to the later stuff, Crossroad, Apple, Mago, I loved all of those. That's my jam. That's when I really started to get into it, and it really helped that at the beginning they were all sweet and innocent and cute. And I'm like, I don't know if I can see them doing anything different, but they really like stepped it up towards the end. Like they really got their mature aspect going, and that was like it was the word. It's like they're like their light sticks. It was like night and day. It was a complete change. So yeah, so I really, really, really enjoyed their later stuff, and I didn't get a chance to get into the new group Vivas, but I will. I definitely will because I definitely like GFriend's later stuff. It really does think that they broke up or that they disbanded because they were definitely on the right path for some serious domination.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, they were. They were, like I said, they were like hitting their high point, I feel, at when they got disbanded, which is very unfortunate. And like I said, it's just one of those things that like sorry, I have to clear my throat. Sorry. But like because I was a BTS army, I feel like we got to talking a lot to the a lot of the buddies and stuff about what was going on. So it was so because they thought that the members only knew about a month in advance that they were disbanding. and like I said, I think they only had like 2 years left. And I think it was just a breakdown of contract negotiations with Hype. I really want to call it Big Hit Entertainment, but it's Hype now. But it and it was just one of those like you had to be there type of things. Because it was a crazy like time. And I feel bad for the buddies. They lost a really good group, but they're all doing their own solo stuff now. So it's not like they quit the industry. None of them did. They all went and did solo stuff, or they formed Vivas, which I will put on our list, just so we can do them more justice and talk about specifically their music.
Sure.
Which we'll do. They're on my list, but my list is long. So but yeah, it's one of those sad things of the industry, taken down in your prime, and it's just how it is, and it's just another reason why I don't stan companies. I only go for groups and stuff, because at the end of the day, companies are there to make money. They're not there to be nice. They're not there to be your friend. They're not there for any moral anything. They're corpos. They're just corpos at the end of the day. And you hope that they're treating your artists well. And that's all we can do, is that they hope that they're treating them well, and that they won't steal songs and give them to other groups.
Yep.
Yeah. Or just not renew contracts because the newer, younger thing isn't, it sounds like a bad relationship, to be perfectly honest. They're like, oh, I found someone younger and hotter than you, so
Right.
I'm dumping you. It's just like, so I hope them all well in their solo endeavors and their Vivas' group endeavor. Just like with DBSK, I hope DBS, when we talked about DBSK, I wish them all luck with Jaejong and Junsu and on their solo stuff, and with DBSK with and Max, keeping the group alive. Mickey, I just hope he gets help, with his stuff. Because I don't know. I've never gotten into the fandom war thing. Like, if I don't like a group, I just kind of ignore them,
Sure.
Which I unfortunately did with GFriend. It's just the earlier stuff. Like, if they continued on with their later stuff, I would have become a fan. But like, because their last couple songs I've added to my playlist, like they're on my playlist now. But it's that earlier stuff that really turned me off. And it doesn't help that I saw them with BTS doing the Wednesday song or whatever it was called, the school, and they're all in their school outfits. And I'm like, that's not for me, But they very matured. I also like doing the show because we can watch like the progression of these groups and how they grow. And and some groups find a concept right off the bat that like works for them, kind of like Sistar. I can't even imagine seeing them in schoolgirl outfits because that would scare me.
That would be hilarious.
Like, I was just imagining them. I was like, no. And it's kind of funny that you're talking about how you're seeing all the parallels with Girls' Generation, because with GFriends, the big thing with them is that people were saying they were copying Twice. And then with Twice, people were saying that Twice was copying Girls' Generation.
Oh.
So it's just kind of like, and then with Girls' Generation, that was the whole Wonders Girl situation, but we're not going to talk about it. But like, I'm laughing. I just find it funny because we're so like second geners, right? Like, we love the second gen that we go back to. Like, we think of Girls' Generation, and then everyone's like Twice. We're like, oh yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is similar to Twice too, I guess. But like, we're thinking of like the original, people who did these concepts and stuff.
Right.
And so that's why we're like, well, this reminds me of this. And then of course they have a member that looks like Jessica, like carbon copied, like clone.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to not see the similarities.
Yeah, once someone tells you like, oh, they look like so and so, you go, oh, they do. But yeah, my final thoughts with them is I really wish that they continued as GFriend, but we'll get something in January. So hopefully it's something fantastic, and hopefully it's a tour for all you buddies, so you guys can go see them one last time in concert as a full group. Any final thoughts?
I just want to say I really enjoy the journey that they've gone through. I'm very proud that they were able to somehow uh, start to build their international fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think their later music is fantastic, and I am very, very happy for all of their fans because they get a little reunion coming up next year. That's, you know, when you're in K-pop long enough and you see the ups and downs,
Mm-hmm.
even when like the groups get together for like their yearly, anniversary or something, even after they've disbanded, it's always nice. It's a nice thing. So, especially this group with all of the controversy that happened, that I'm so glad that the fans are going to get a chance to see them again together. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah. And I hope that for everyone with their groups, honestly. So, thank you guys once again for joining us on K-pop Cosmos. You can catch me over on my gaming channel on YouTube, and that's at Freyja Games Clips. Yeah, I know it's a weird name. I'm sorry. I'm late to the party. All the other names are taken. So that's Freyja Games Clips. And currently I am playing Black Myth Wukong, and I am playing for the first time Fatal Frame 4, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, which got its very first Western English release as of last year, because this game came out years ago, but they never released it to the West. But now they finally did, so I'm playing it. And what's going on with you, Mark?
So yeah, you can catch me every week on So Wizard Podcast. Me and Joy and Aubrey get together and review genre movies, new genre movies, TV shows. I haven't been on for a couple of weeks. I'm taking a little bit of a sabbatical, but we've had awesome co-hosts. And coming up, we will be talking about, let's see, Smile 2,
Ooh,
the sequel to the original Smile horror movie that, apparently was a hit.
I didn't know.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that either. But yeah, we'll be doing like Agatha Agatha All Along from Disney Plus, and any kind of nerdy superhero stuff that's coming up. We will be reviewing it on So Wizard Podcast.
All right. So thank you guys once again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.